Hey everyone, I just want to say a few things before I let this roll through. Number one is thank you for watching this. I super duper appreciate it. It's awesome. Number two is this is an amateur D&D stream, so this is us just kind of playing around, having fun. So there is going to be a little background noise here and there. I apologize for that. It gets a little loud. And number three is our DM doesn't know how to turn up his volume, so he's going to be a little soft for these first couple sessions that we have, but it's going to be fixed later. All right, that's it. Thank you, and let's go.
Okay. We are starting from here. You've heard this as a story, and I'm reading this because you heard this as a description on your last stop in port. That the last few weeks have come as a shock from the harsh northern weather. The air has trembled with warmth, and the harvest season was pushed further as the soil had not given into the harsh winter's grass yet. Essentially, the north was rejoicing in this warm weather, as same as the lands in the south had dealt with bountiful winds and fishing seasons that were very, very well done. Small farms in the north and in the middle of the country rejoiced in the weather that would allow for bountiful winter's feast. Overall, the feeling of serenity cascaded across the lands, roads, the seas, and through the foothills. Until one night, a storm raged through the land and on the sea. The storm carried a thunderous force that rivaled the gods. The seas churned and ships were torn asunder. Houses ripped from foundations, ships torn to pieces, and families completely displaced by the tumultuous power. The storm felt like nothing the land had seen for hundreds of years. The winds and thunder echoed with a howl. Words could be caught hiding in the echoes of silence, as rain poured all around the world. The following morning the storm had disappeared. However, families awoke to find their food stores destroyed, ships sunk, crops wilted. Livestock was found scattered in pieces along the countryside. Families spent days fixing the houses, and then following week attempting to reconcile their losses and prepare for a bleak winter. The sun felt less powerful. The plants and animals seemed disparate. The seas held no air. And we start before that, in which I am talking to each of you individually. And roll a d6 to see who goes first. The deep seas were surrounding you. The depths comfort your lungs, and you're reminded of the few moments of your childhood that greeted you with warmth. Moments grasp you away, but you are brought back by an echoing voice. Power. You quickly turn your head to see beneath you, along the ocean floor, the vision of an island. The currents beckon you closer and closer. What do you do?
I go towards I go follow the current.
As you approach the island and rest your feet on the sand, a powerful figure, hidden in the murky water, comes closer and closer to you. Two giant sharks, the size of 3 men long, circling the two of you. Calmness washes over you, and then anticipation as she gets closer and closer. None of her features are visible, but as she comes ever closer, piercing emerald-colored eyes reach into your soul. Her hand comes up, brushes your cheek, and she leans in, kissing your forehead. Stepping back, she speaks with an echo, as if the ocean carries her voice. A storm is coming. Power is upon you. She turns away and points to the center of the island visage before you. A large hill climbs toward the sky with stones, calling down the heavens. She echoes, explore, trust. She speaks the last words with a boom. There's a moment where nearly no sound comes around you. But looking above, murky clouds begin to form with crackling energy. You're woken from your sleep by a tumultuous roar of thunder and lightning. The ship sways with uncontrollable fury as the sea explodes with power around you. The water, as far as you can see, moves with unnatural fury. An overwhelming dread and foreignness fills you. This does not feel like the seas you remember. Crew members scream as the ship is torn asunder, pulled this way and that, approaching you, the wave a size of a mountain, climbs and climbs as the ship is pulled up into it. Fear grasps you for a moment, and then calm washes over you as the ship is taken under and ripped apart as your consciousness fades from you. You seep into the darkness. So that is your vision. Brash. Okay. Here we go. The gentle waves of the sea lap at the sides of the ship, pushing you to sleep. The sea had been calm lately. The winds had pushed with fervor, and you could find bountiful fish to support you and the crew on the journey. The ship's captain rejoiced, and everyone had spent the night singing and celebrating. The merriment ended with the ship drifting slowly along its path north. As your eyelids closed and you drift away, you find that your dreams take you to a beach. The beach appears like none you've seen before. There's a moment where you take in the warmth of the sun. You can feel the wind brushing against your face. You can hear the rustling of palm trees behind you. Within a moment, basking, there's a calling to you. Way out to sea, there's a voice that is soothing. Echoing in your ears, you feel the whisper. Come to me. Come to me, my sweetling, my child. What do you do?
I look out upon the ocean.
You see a visage of a person sitting on top of the water almost. It feels foreign but calming in a very natural sense. What do you do?
I take a few steps closer.
You take a few steps closer, and as you walk out to sea, it seems to be pulling you towards her, easing your way towards getting closer to her. But as you do, her visage appears further and further in the sea. She's sitting on this water, begging you closer. You can feel the warm tropical waters pull you to her. However, the sky is filled with gray, darkening clouds that hide the sun. Her visage is nearly impossible to look at, as bright light surrounds the calm voice. Waters thrash around you. There's calmness as she touches your face. She whispers again. There is calamity coming. You must be strong. You must be strong. And in a sudden moment, her visage is gone, the light fading. The waters crash around you as you feel cold, colder than you've ever felt, seeping into your bones. The currents start to pull you under. The sky screams with thunder and power, muffled as you are dragged under the sea. You wake up, coughing. Salt water falls from your mouth. The ship, it's rocking with an intensity. You hear the crack of thunder, and the ship groans in agony. Soon, your perspective is completely shifted as the ship lurches, the floor sliding from being flat, edging upwards, almost to a 90-degree angle. The ship groans in agony. Cracks resound as you feel the boards beneath your feet begin to separate. There's a moment of shock, and the ship smashes apart. Water seeps in. You are quickly pulled forcefully out of the ship, dragged into the black depths. However, rather than cold, the depths feel warm and safe, coddling you as consciousness slips from your body. Both of you awake on a sandy beach, lapping the water, touching your feet, your face down in the sand, the warm sun, not nearly as warm as you remember, but it beckons you awake as you open your eyes, feeling weak, thrashed about. You see, on the beach, you see each other, looking face to face, but you see nothing else.
What happened?
Not entirely sure. Where are we?
You asking me?
Yeah.
You are on an island. You look... It's a relatively large island. However, the only things you can see are the palm trees in front of you. It looks pretty small. Looks like you can see the other end of it from where you are. And on the other end, climbing towards the sky, is a large stone, almost structure. It looks, if it could be described this way, it looks overgrown with stone. A large hill, essentially.
Okay.
However, the island bears no mark of people. The island has no other people on it, from what you can see on the
signs
beach
of
in front
life.
you. Yeah, there appears to be palm trees and you guys. Make a dexterity saving throw. No, just kidding.
I was like, what?
Fuck.
So we're alone on an island.
Yeah, you
by
see each other
ourselves.
looking face to face. You are both
Okay.
drenched through, and both of you look really weak.
We still have all of our
You have
stuff.
all of your gear on you.
Okay.
And, like, some pieces of it are washed up next to you and stuck there. But
Alright.
otherwise, that, yeah.
All right.
I shake some water off.
I feel great in the water. You want to go for a walk? Looks like we're going to. I mean, we have to get out of here.
Wherever here is.
Yeah. So we can see the other side of the island, or
Not through the trees, but you can see, like,
okay.
where it curves around a decent
Okay.
amount of way away. Like, this island's
Okay.
probably roughly the size of the Castaway Island, if I had to give you a
Okay.
good...
Okay.
All right. Okay, that's I can see that.
Yeah.
All right. You want to go explore a little bit? See if there's anything living around here.
Yeah.
Find a
If
way
we're here.
off this island. Maybe there's a boat on the other side, or ship.
Maybe.
The horizon.
The question
Get us
is,
outta
do we
here.
want to go through or do we want to go around?
A large wave crashes along, bigger than the other, laps at your feet.
I think. I mean, I don't have a problem with the water, as but
You can see no other land currently on the horizon.
okay. So I say, we go through. There's a mountain. Let's climb that. See, the higher we get, the better, right? We can see farther, right?
I mean, if you want to see far, I could just go up one of these trees.
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think that tree's taller than that mountain there.
Fair enough.
All right. So what do you say?
Let's
Climb the mountain today? Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Climb a mountain today, and I forget the rest of the saying.
So you gotta move towards the small mountain. It's not quite a mountain, it's more of like a big-ass hill. That's the best way to describe
Yeah.
it.
Okay,
so
yeah.
You move your way through there. You push your way through the underbrush, heading towards the highest point. You find that there's dense amount of plant life here that makes life on this little island. You don't find much life forms other than a few snakes that you just kind of brush out of the way or avoid. You find a couple of lizards, and where you could tell birds live when they are here, but there doesn't appear to be any right now. And you move your way closer and closer. The landscape actually climbs further up as you approach this mountain, and the mountain opens. You notice that it's not actually climbing up. The immediate entrance you find, which is on the inside of the island, is a wide berth mouth of what seems to be a cavern leading in. Fine chiseled stone in a almost, for lack of better terms, a porch to the inner chambers here leads in, and a carved inscription glows, a deep blue on the front of the cavern above the entrance. It seems that if carved stone stairs lead down in, you cannot see much more than that.
Do you want to go in there?
Don't know yet.
Or do you want to continue going up?
You hear in your ears, Brash, the sound of birds chirping. You,
And like,
obnoxiously loud. But
you hear that?
you do
No.
not.
There's birds. I hear birds. Lots
You hear
of birds. Lots and lots of birds.
Sounds
Are you sure they're birds, not bats, coming in from inside the cave?
No, it's chirping.
the only place the sound does not come from when you kind of turn and spin your way is the cave, and it gets louder and louder.
I think we need to start moving.
Okay.
You hear nothing.
Into the cave.
For you, Wilhelm, it's nothing. You hear the wind.
Yeah. Okay, I
You can
guess.
smell something from the inside of the cave. Something that's familiar. It's the brininess of the lower ocean. You can smell the depths. For you, water smells very different. You can tell where something came from, and the ocean smells different at different points in it. And something smells deep.
All right, I think we should go in the cave. Cave good, out here bad. Right? You see
Okay.
loud
It's
birds
just a
coming.
nice sunny day after the storm. It looks like the storm had raged through here as well. Trees are knocked down.
Yeah, but he's telling me there's a lot of birds coming our way, and I don't. And no birds are no good.
Yeah.
Not a good history with birds.
Birds, fish don't get along.
By the way, you can't hear any of the birds. You just start trusting him. You're just...
No, he says. He
No, I
says
know,
there's
I
a
know.
lot of birds.
I got big ears, man.
He said he hears birds. I don't have a good history of birds. Let's get away from the birds.
Now, I want to know the back. I gotta read the backstory now.
I want to know what the problem with birds.
But so you both make your way into the temple.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do either of you speak Draconic?
No.
No.
The runes in the front mean nothing to you.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh fuck!
as you are walking,
I don't know what that says.
Neither do I.
you walk down the stairs, and they're very steep stairs, and they lead at a very strong angle downwards. The walls form a triangle that kind of goes down and leads into a square room with four torches. It's two on either side, and in the center of the room is what looks to be almost a well, raised about 2 feet up from the floor. Everything is very fine and chiseled. The work marks and seems to be that of fine draconic architecture. It seems ancient, almost. A lot of these things here don't appear to be... You've never seen anything like them. And in this well, you see it raised about... It's filled to the brim with water. And
Hey, is that where the smells come from?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Interesting.
This is the point. Would you like to inspect the room?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Make some perception checks. You can either roll separately or one person roll with advantage.
You said perception?
Correct.
Ooh. How do you feel about perception?
I mean,
Better than
Okay, I say I'll go.
I rolled mine already, but like,
Oh, you did? All right, I guess we roll separate. Oh, that's nice. Yep,
And-
I roll mine too. We roll separately then.
you. Okay. What'd you guys roll?
got an 8.
8. Okay.
I got a natural 20.
Natural 20. Approaching. You're a little caught off by... To you, Brash, it smells bad. It smells really bad in this room. And you're kind of put off by it because you notice the entire room has an unnatural moisture to it. The walls seem to cling with moisture, but no moss grows on them. It seems as if the whole place is leaking, except for these 4 torches that are ever lit. And the light coming off them isn't a reddish-green fire. If you actually inspect one of the torches, which you do, Brash, it's a torch with a metal top with a little stone on the inside that seems to produce this light and this fire, and it's green. This greenish, like almost seaweed green kind of color. And moving your hand through, it's not actually fire. It holds no warmth, and simply is just light. But, Wilhelm, you are drawn to this well, and it completely interests you as you inspect it, as it smells depth, and as you put your hands on the sides, you feel the inscriptions. You can feel the words along the sides that beckon you forward, and you can feel each of the runes in there, and then you smell the water. So you're aware that there are runes that wrap around the top layer.
Still in Draconic.
No, it is not in Draconic this time. It is in a language that you somewhat recognize. It seems pretty old, and it's almost an ancient version of your own language.
Okay.
And it seems like it's mixed in with some Draconic. It looks like some symbols are familiar to you, some aren't, and get the sense that whatever was here was a mix between whatever your peoples were many, many, many years ago and the Draconic. And it reads...
Can I try to interpret it?
Yeah, you can. And you get the gist of what it says. It says around the side, it says, "It was breathtaking to watch her create."
Right, I relay this information. Who is she, and what did she create?
Does it say anything else?
That is what it says.
That's all.
And the room is completely square. Does not appear to have a door or anything. You can see the light coming in from the entrance above, but it's dim. Unnaturally dim. You notice that as you got in here, it got a little darker.
I mean, it is a cave, temple thing.
So what do you say? Want to go for a dive, a little swim?
I mean, we done quite a bit of swimming today, but...
About one person can fit down this at a time. Just about.
Oh,
Okay. Well, I would go first.
that's what I thought, but I mean, yeah. And
How
we didn't...
about this? How about this? You stay up here where you can breathe, air, and I'll go down there. Unless you feel comfortable following.
I mean, I could follow, but if I run out of air, don't blame me if I turn back.
Oh, I understand. But I mean, there's no other continuation of the room? It's just a square room, right?
Just a square room in this
Which,
pool.
which is the well.
Yeah.
I think we need to find down there. Want to go down there? I'm gonna go find out. I'm gonna jump in. I just jump in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you swim down, you keep swimming, you swim about 30 feet. You're like, yep, this is going all right. You keep swimming. You're like, wow, this is going on for a while. You breathe in like you normally do at any given time when you swim, and you realize that you inhaled water and it did not provide oxygen to your lungs. And you close your mouth quickly, realizing this, and you still have a little bit of oxygen left. What do? You're about 50 feet down?
I keep swimming.
You keep swimming.
Yeah.
You keep swimming. You push through it. You can feel a feeling you've never felt before in your life of pressure on your lungs. It seems to be grabbing each of your lungs. You reach the point, and you're pretty sure that if you don't, you're about 90 feet down. If you don't turn back now, you're going to run out of air.
All right, I go back up and I shoot myself up
Okay.
forward, up to the top.
You swim back up with frankness. You pull out, and first time in your life, you gasp for air. And it feels foreign. It feels wrong. But you
Don't you breathe water?
Apparently not.
Watch
water.
him struggling to breathe for now.
Oh no! Oh, that did not. Nope. How do you guys deal with that? That is not good. Nope. Oh, no, definitely no. I like breathing. Oh,
Yes, so do I.
okay. I get out. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that again. I like breathing.
Well, it looks
okay.
like I ain't going down there.
Yeah. It's pretty deep. It's like more than a well should be deep.
You look to the ceiling as it's finally caught your attention. The sconces illuminate a little, and on the top it's almost a domed ceiling, unmatching to a lot of the architecture here. And you see it is part of the myth of Cord's children. Cord's two daughters, Umberlee and Melora, who were gifted the sea to reign over. Melora built all of the islands, and Umberlee built all of the volcanoes underneath, all of the deep sea creatures. And Melora built and pulled up all of the continents for all of man. And she then resided over that. And it shows the conflict between the two.
What's it mean?
It's just what you see. It's like I say mosaic because it's the prettier word, but it's more of a carved.
Let me rephrase.
It's like
What is it?
drawing. It's a cave drawing.
Well, I got that
It's more
much.
sculpture.
Of
This is
what?
very fine architecture. It shows it shows that myth. You can pull at the different parts of watching Cord breaking breaking his own chest open to release
Are you telling me this or him this? Because,
Both.
like
No,
I said,
you're looking up. Both of you can see this.
well, I think I'm trying to get to the point across that I may not understand it.
It's one of those things like you could clearly see.
It's a
Everyone
picture.
knows the general, like, gods.
It's not a language. It's a picture.
Yeah, it's not like a written thing down. It's like showing. You see a figure opening up his chest where a lightning bolt is broken apart and two women falling out, and then it shows the sea being filled with water by one, and then land being hoisted up by the other. And now the runic inscription glows after you had traced your fingers along it, and you can again read it again. But easier this time. It's not like tracing your finger. It's glowing now.
What's glowing?
The original inscription, the one that says it was breathtaking to watch her create.
Huh. That's funny. That's funny. Create. That's funny. Create. Breathtaking. Took my breath away. Oh, that was funny.
You all right there?
Yeah, no, I just, it just literally says what something created was breathtaking, and I literally just lost my breath. I found that humorous. Now, not then. Then I felt like I was dying. That was not cool. Not cool. Breathtaking to create. Does it want us to create something? Like, can you create something? I can't really do much.
You hear something, Wilhelm. You hear the lapping of water, but in the way in which of being under the depths of the sea. You can hear it surrounding you. It reminds you of home, deep, deep underwater. You can feel there's a familiarity to the depths as you look into the water.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going anyways. You want to join me this time? I mean, we might just die, but like...
In the whale?
Let's go. Come on.
In the hole you came out of, which almost just died.
Yeah, well, this time I know to hold my breath. It'll be okay. Come on. All right, let's go. I go in again.
Okay.
Well, this time holding my breath.
You hold your breath, which is a
foreign
thing to you. It's weird.
I have to hold my breath?
Yeah. You swim down. You swim. You get to that same point. You feel it's grabbing your lungs. You feel the tightness. You push a little further. You reach that point where you kind of look back up. You see Brash behind you, and you're at that point where you need to turn around now to breathe. What do?
Well, I can't go back. If I go back up, we're still in the same situation. I'm gonna try to push it through it.
You push through it, and you keep going. You push your body further, but you have to give in. You have to try to breathe. You open your mouth, and water starts to fill your lungs, and panic ensues. But you keep swimming. You push past it, and as you reach that moment where you're sure that the sea is going to take you, lights dance around you, drawing pictures of two goddesses dancing around each other, clashing against each other. And then you see the end of this well. You keep swimming, you swim, and as you swim, you push your hand to where it looks like the end of the tunnel, almost shimmer. You can see a light, and your hand goes through, and you fall forward through into a completely air-filled space, gasping for air, falling through. And you see the same thing, Brash, as you both as well fall into a room where water's cut off, magically held at bay, and you both are aware of the room, and it lights up the sconces with their unnatural non-fire.
Oh, God.
You feel worse than you ever felt, Brash, and Wilhelm, it feels like your lungs are recovering from being squeezed.
Why did I do anything you told me to?
I don't know. That was a bad idea. You want to go back?
Fuck no.
I mean, we got somewhere, right?
The ceiling? is about
Where are
15
we?
feet from you, and you are aware that you are in a square room. The 4 sconces are on any of the corners of the room, and there appears to be one wall that has a door locked in, seems to be magically bound. You can see the glowing runic inscriptions written across the door, and this seems painted on as if with finger paint that glows with a deep whitish blue. And on the floor you notice that there's a 4x4 grid placed in the center, each tile about a foot by foot, and one of the tiles is missing, but each of them have inscriptions from different languages, different inscriptions, all saying different things, different letters. They have numbers at the bottom right corner that both of you can discern. One of them is missing in one of the corners. And these tiles, you notice, are about an inch thick, and you see where that one's missing. There appears to be a track.
Huh. Oh, it's a puzzle piece. Okay, we have to rearrange these so that it forms a sentence of some sort.
Well, you did not read the inscription yet. Would you like to go and investigate the inscription?
Yes. It reminds me of those little square pieces that you move around.
Yes, it's very similar to that. Except they're made of stone and metal, and each of them has like very fine carvings. And you actually look to the room around you, and it shows the battle between the 2 gods of the sea and the land. And it shows one of them Umberly creating all of the sea creatures, the things that live in the sea, and Melora creating all the things of the land, the races of the land, descendants of Melora's grace poured in. And the inscription reads, "Tempest and chaos have no order. Calamity is unbounded."
Is unbounded?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what that says.
You see the inscriptions glowing, and you're like, "Yep, can't read that."
I relay what it says, and I don't know what it means.
Those are some big words.
Yep. Do I recognize any of the symbols? Like,
Yeah, some are,
on the
you notice the word for fish. Some of them are tree. Some of them are written in common, and it just says sky, blue. There's 15 in total, and they just miscellaneously say random things. One's the rune for, like, cold. There appears to be no
Wow.
meaning, except for they are numbered in order from 1, 2, 3, 4. Next row, 5,
we
6,
can
7, 8.
see the numbers.
Yes, the numbers are carved in the bottom right of the... If you looked at them all in one, like, at a direction, they are in the bottom right.
And they're already in order?
Yes, they are in order.
Well, they're in order?
Yes.
I think we have to do the opposite of what the puzzle is typically done. Normally with these, you take the mismatched one and you make it make sense. Maybe with this one, we take the orderly one and we make it chaos. That sound like fun?
Scrambling it?
Yeah, exactly. So,
Alright.
in no order whatsoever. Though I have no idea how we're going to do this. Is there like, can I like push one of them?
Yeah, if you
Or
go
is it
by
like-
the one that would be 14, and you see the little track that runs underneath them, and yeah, they slide.
Okay, and it goes 1 through 15, but 15 is missing.
16's missing. It's a 4x4.
It's a 4x4.
So 16 is
okay.
missing.
So 16 is missing. Okay. All right. Well, can I drag the 14 into that, or the 15 or whatever one it is, over to the missing spot?
Yep. It slides over.
Anything happen?
No.
Okay. Is there a track? Okay. I have to like write this down so I can see it in my head.
You watch him do this, and it slides with a little bit of grace, but you can hear a bunch of clicking, the click, 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 as it like slides along the...
I have no idea what any of this means.
I mean, she shared what it said.
I still have no idea what any of this means.
Neither do I.
You're talking to a cat that's got a reading level of a child.
I've seen child solve puzzles.
If you haven't noticed, I'm not a child.
It's by 16, right?
Yep. So 16 is the one that's missing, and you just moved 15 over to its space. It seems. You did hear some clicking. That didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that. It's a mechanism of some sorts, I'm guessing.
Yes. Okay. And is it possible to move the 11 down to where the 15 is? Is there a track to do that?
Yeah, you could rearrange it a bit. Takes a few things, and you rearrange the
Okay,
11.
so that I don't have to tell you word for word what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Can I just slide things around until it just looks like pure chaos?
You certainly can. And you do that. You spend the next 5 minutes, and the clicking goes with each one. And eventually, you put it in no order whatsoever, and then the scene around you starts to glow. The waves in the pictures glow with that cerulean that's lighting up the runic inscription.
I don't know if that worked, dude.
Deep green flows around the trees and what is Melora, and the whole carvings that are done into the walls light up. Sapphires, where the eyes are, glow with a deep blue, and then you hear a crunk, and everything fades.
Not here.
The runic inscription on the door fades away.
Oh. Okay. All right. Can I go up to the door and and try to open that door?
You certainly can. I like how you said push. It's a pull door.
Oh, wow. It's a full door.
You go to turn the you like kind of turn the handle. It's like a whole actual handle on it. And you pull. It seems the locking mechanism would disable. That was the correct solution.
Yeah.
And you look down the hallway, and it's filled with damp water. There's about like an inch of water in the actual hallway, and it leads straight down. And what you can see to be another door with a new runic inscription on top, except this one is written in what appears to be older common. You could tell it's not normal. It'd be if you read something from like 400 years ago, and you're like, yep, they definitely had a different language that time.
It's like reading
Ye
Old English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go and investigate, and as you do, you hear the other door close behind you as both of you enter.
Oh, no, boy. We're stuck in a room. It's not to be good.
And the inscription reads, "Sometimes reality questions the mind, and sometimes the mind questions reality."
And we're just in a long hallway?
Long hallway.
Or another square?
Unlit.
With an inch of water.
About an inch of water.
Well,
Still water?
I know this sounds stupid, but I'm gonna get on my hands and knees and stick my face in the water and see if I can breathe through it.
You find that this water does not breathe. You like, and same with the water in the other section.
Okay, don't do that. Nope, I can't breathe that water. That's unfortunate. I don't like this. All right. So try to walk into the opposite end.
The one that you came from?
No, the one that's across from me.
Okay, so yeah, that is where you read the inscription. You walk in, it's an iron door, similar to the other one.
Oh.
Again, looks similar in craftsmanship to the like draconic style of making doors.
Okay,
I turn back around and go back to the door we came in.
All right.
I try the door.
It is locked.
I try the door in front of me.
It is locked as well.
I look up. It's just a ceiling?
You see further the bastardization that happened as Umberlee was basically chastised by her sister to do this. It shows basically the chains put onto the goddess of the sea to rein her in so that man could sail on her. And that's the depiction that you can see lit up lightly by a little bit of like faint algae that seems to be growing in the recesses of it. Phosphorescent algae.
I kind of just look up at the ceiling while I just meander around the room.
Okay, you walk around the room and it's damp, it's cold, but you notice that both iron doors don't rust. There's not a single drop of rust on them, and this is a very, very damp environment. Like, so damp, like, you wave your hand in it, you could probably get a fucking cup of water.
Okay. So the walls are solid around us, right?
Yeah, made of solid stone, finely architectured in the mix between
How
Japan.
high is the ceiling from us?
Probably about 10 feet.
Okay.
Not terribly tall, but it's a pretty small hallway.
Well, I love being trapped in things. Yay.
Same.
Okay.
The inscription glows brighter.
Okay,
Sometimes
so it's
reality questions the mind, and sometimes the mind questions reality.
Yeah, alright. Well, this is gonna sound stupid again. I'm gonna get down on all fours. Am I touching like an actual floor?
Yeah, you reach down and
Through
it's
the
stone.
water.
You can feel the lines in the stonework.
Alright, this is gonna sound ridiculous, but is there a door on the floor?
You inspect the entirety of the floor, and there does not appear to be a door there.
Can I see a reflection of the door in the water?
You look, and there does not appear to be a reflection of the door that had the inscription on it.
Well, this is fun. I always like dying in the
Magic water.
yeah. No reflections. Well, why would there be no reflection? There's not like there's light down. Oh, is there light down here, or is it just dark?
Very, very dim mounts from the algae, but like you're struggling.
I
got dark vision.
Yeah, you can see shapes, shapes but not colors, so it's easier for you. However, you can see Willem squinting a little to see things.
I want to feel around the water right in front of the door with the etching.
Okay, you feel around the water, around the door with the inscription that's kind of floating on it, and you feel the water. It feels like water.
You said it's about an inch of water?
Yeah, just about an inch. Enough to like cover your hand if you put it down.
Oh boy.
Paw.
How do we get out of here? Okay. I just now start running back and forth to the doors, trying to open the doors.
Okay. You slam into the one you came from, a resounding thong. You run to the other one, slam your shoulder into it. No sound. Run back to the other one.
sound?
Thong. Run, slam into the other one. Nothing. But it
No
hits
sound.
You hit a door.
But it made no sound.
Correct?
And the other one went thump, like that's an echo.
Like it's hollow on the other side.
Like it's hollow.
Well, better yet, more like that you hit metal on metal. Not hollow, it's that the door made a sound from hitting it.
Okay, but this door didn't make sound.
Correct.
I want to.
Can I push my hand through it? Is it solid?
You push your hand through it.
I push my hand through the door.
You feel resistance. There's a door.
I close my eyes and push my hand through the door.
Your hand falls straight through.
I go with my hand.
You and like stumble and like kind of crawl away, and you watch as the tabaxi basically falls through what is a door.
I go, oh, cool. Close my eyes and do the same thing.
And you both fall through the door.
Well, Gibbs, I just gotta say, fuck you and your closed eye traps.
They're good ones. I like them. Well, it's more like if
it's always so simple, I overthink it.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. Is there a door there?
And this is why my characters always have low intelligence, because it's me.
Around you is a cylindrical room with a domed shape at the top. At the very top of the dome, you see a dragon, like none you've seen before. Seems to be crawling up basically at the center. It spins around the top of the dome, and on the cylinder part of the walls is the general gist of the creation myth of the world, in which shows the way they divide it into three parts. The living things were given to Cord. The darkness and all of the shadows were given to the Raven Queen. In Bahamut took all the sun, the sun, the stars, and the sky, and they divided it up. And basically, that's how they took it after defeating a great evil. And other than that, there's a simple brazier that's lit, and it has that same greenish glow at the center of the room, but you see a spiral staircase that descends in a circle. However, the spiral staircase has that inch of water above it, in the sense that there is water completely around the staircase.
And just around the staircase, like all the way up it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically, like, the staircase starts underwater, and, like your feet would, like, on the first step, you could stand above water, but, like, as you went further down, you would get further and further into water.
Interesting.
Yeah, the spiral staircase goes down.
Okay. And that's it? We're in a dome-shaped room with a staircase in the middle of it.
Yep.
And a dragon.
The dragon's the very top of the dome.
Yeah.
And then the creation myth is around the walls.
Oh, well, I think the obvious choice is to go down there. Is there any inscriptions that we can see?
No, nothing seems to be glowing.
All right.
I start walking down the stairs.
And I hold my breath as I do so.
Okay.
Ditto.
You both hold your breath as you walk down the stairs, circling and circling. You can feel the tightness of your lungs grasping. It keeps getting worse and worse as you go down. For you especially, Willem, it's really difficult to just hold your
hold
breath.
my breath.
Yeah, and you find yourself like you hold your nose to like make sure, and then you just have to let it go as you're trying to like keep yourself going forward, and you breathe in, and it breathes in for you unnaturally fine.
Oh, I feel so much better.
You turn around and you look at your Tabaxi friend who's struggling just as much. The staircase is still going, and you're at the point where you either have to open your breath or try to make for the top. What do you do, Zach?
Try to breathe.
You open your mouth, let the water in, and it's the weirdest sensation you've ever felt. As water piles into you can feel it, the coldness seep into your lungs. You exhale some of it. You breathe back in.
Feels great, don't it? Feels great, right?
And you find
feeling.
that you can breathe in this water.
My tail rustles. I don't like this. I don't like this.
Can he talk? Or am I the only one that can talk?
You can talk underwater. Anyone can.
I don't like this.
It's a little muffled. It's like,
I don't like it.
Well, let's go. I feel great. Let's go. Let's start swimming further down.
You keep going down. The staircase continues for another, probably about a minute as you go. And you reach a open hallway that leads into a room that you can see further. Again, it's really difficult for you to see, Wilhelm, to the point where it's like you're going to have disadvantage on like perception and all that stuff. Because it is pure dark. And you swim through the hallway. And you look and again can see the inscriptions detailing the rest of the creation myth as you would continue down the stairwell. And as you walk, you come to some new inscriptions that don't quite look like anything you've seen. You see destruction, you see ships pulled under the sea, and you see things that are less than history, more foretellings. You get the tone from the way they're carved. Mm-hmm. And you walk into a room that is a rectangle. You see 6 pillars from ceiling to bottom, and you see along the walls. Well, for you, it's just darkness right now. The only thing you can see is at the other end of this rectangle is a basin of almost like a wishing well that stands about a foot up and has its own water in it that doesn't mix with the water that you're currently around. And it's quite difficult to move, but you're able to do it. And you see there's a light golden glow coming from the well.
Still don't like this.
No. We're still underwater, right?
Yep.
Still don't like this.
So there's another form of water that...
So, Crash, for you, you can kind of see this. There is, in this room, all the other rooms had no algae growing, no anything. This room is filled with corals and what appear to be some sea life. It's a few fish kind of dance around your feet, and you can see that there's a few cracks in the wall you can see from your dark vision that look to lead out. And so there's life in this room, definitely. Wilhelm, for you, you can see some shapes. You can tell the room has some stuff in it, but otherwise, you can't really see.
There's fish.
Fantastic. Fish live in water. Okay. So
have you seen a fish on our way down here?
No. Not every body of water has fish. There's some bodies of water that don't have fish. Sheesh. I couldn't breathe in that one. I don't blame that the fish not wanting to go there. So they probably couldn't breathe either. They probably died. Honestly, they tried.
Fair, but
okay.
How did these get down here?
I don't know. I'm not them. So
well, you're a fish. Don't you speak fish?
Oh, I can. I can sort of talk to them. It's not like a full-on conversation like us. I could go like, I could tell them, "Hey, what you up to?" And they could go swimming. That's basically it.
You could talk at fish.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
They could tell me
fish.
like, I could go,
"Yo, what up, swimming?"
I like. Yeah, it's like they're not complex creatures here. I mean, I could ask them how they got here, but they probably would say they swam or they were born here. Not like I could have a full-on conversation with them.
Right.
But back to this other water that we can see.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only thing you can see in the room, as it's like the only thing kind of lit up.
Okay.
Are you gonna go swimming again?
Yeah, we're swimming right now.
Yeah, you guys are underwater, like head to toe.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm gonna try going into that other water.
Well, as you approach, you watch and you can see that it's only like a wishing well's depth, and the water seems to feed from two dragons' heads that are dimly lit by the soft glow that comes from the water. The water pours out of the dragons' heads and lands in the pool and seems to be drained and an ever-flowing fountain. However, like I said, it is completely separate. You can see this, and you look, and inside the pool there's a very, very bright glow that is shrouding everything out in the water, and it kind of shimmers through it, and it's a little difficult to see. So currently the only thing you see is a bright glow coming from something. It's shiny. It's a golden glow.
Can I stick my hand in it?
The moment you stick your hand in the water, both of you collapse into almost unconsciousness as you get a deep vision. You see the storm raging above the lands. You watch the wave that consumed your ship. You can see the lands everywhere being ravaged by fury, elemental that seems completely foreign to both of you. And as you see this, you also see things being torn apart. You see a dragon's head wrenching out of the earth, and one out of the sea. You see a giant serpent crawling its head out, and you're afraid. You feel fear as you see this, and then in a moment of calmness you see a cherry tree with bright red leaves and a inn that has blue stained glass windows, and both of you come back to your consciousness.
What the fuck was that?
The calmness rushes over you, thinking on that tree and that inn. And you look now at the water, and there is a third of a disc almost that is laying in there, and you can see it's the thing emanating the glow. And there seems to be piles of a little bit of silver, a little bit of copper, a little bit of gold, as well as a little bit of jewelry.
A little bit of jewelry?
Yeah, like there's a golden necklace. There's a silver ring with a little garnet attached.
I pick them up.
Okay, you reach in, you grab both of them. As you grab both of them, you see it under the corner of your eye. You see as something moves, and you notice what it was because you've been warned about these, how dangerous they can be. You saw it come off the wall, completely changing its color scheme as it now appears around you, nearly the size of your chest. And then you look over just past Brash, and you see another one come off the wall, again the size of your chest, turning from a rocky, corally color to pure red as two giant octopi come for you guys. This is where I will need you guys to roll for initiative.
Oh boy. No bueno. No bueno indeed. Nope.
21.
That is 18.
Alright, Brash, you're up first. As you watch out of the corner of your eye, you see this thing completely come from being essentially a part of the wall into being completely in your view. As it then rushes towards you, its tentacles outstretched. What do you do?
I try to hit it with my quarterstaff.
Okay, go right ahead.
10.
10? 10 almost hits, unfortunately. As you go to swing at it, and you've never fought underwater before, let alone breathed, and you go to swing across it, and there's just not enough force, and it just kind of grabs onto it as well, and then slithers up towards it and attempts to attack you with its tentacles. 10 plus not 7. Okay, so that one, it kind of goes towards you, but it pretty much just crawls along your staff towards you. And the same goes for you, Wilhelm, as you watch this octopus come up from behind you and start to try to wrap itself around you. That one's a 7 plus, not good. So, neither thing hits you.
Yay!
And Wilhelm, it's your go, as this thing's trying to wrap itself around you and try to attack you.
Alright, take my my trident and stab the one closest to me.
Alright, go right ahead.
With 2 hands.
Alright.
Right there.
You are... Do you get disadvantage underwater attacking?
Nope.
Okay.
As that's a feature, racial feature.
Cool. Okay.
I will.
That's racist.
You have cold resistance, and you ignore any drawbacks caused by underwater environment.
Okay.
So, no disadvantage on fighting, which would suck because I live in the water. Not that I would need disadvantage.
You roll
So
now.
terribly. So terribly.
What'd you get?
Can I just not tell you?
No, see, the thing is that you think that these things are hard to hit.
I know. 8.
8? No, you just go to like hit it with the trident, and it just like almost reaches up with a tentacle. And you've known these to be like little, like these are bigger than you've normally seen them, and you're like, how the fuck did a creature like this get in here? It is massive.
Mm-hmm.
And you just barely don't stab it, and that brings back to the top. Brash, what are you doing as this thing is crawling up your staff?
It's crawling up my staff?
Yeah, like you went to swing at it, and it didn't have enough force, so it grabbed it and it crawled up trying to like attack you.
Well, I snatch my quarterstaff away.
Fuck you, mine.
And smack it again.
All right.
One-handed this time, though. I still roll with disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Oh, I roll the same things. 15.
That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
D6 for one-handed.
Sounds good.
7.
All right, 7 points of damage.
And then, as my bonus action, I do an unarmed strike, because monk.
Yes, you do.
With also disadvantage.
By the way, last turn you could have done it. You could
Yeah,
do
I know.
one.
I was like, I didn't know if I had the level yet.
Okay.
I was taking his turn. 13?
13 points. Oh, to 13 to hit?
Yeah.
That hits.
Okay, and I do 8.
D4 plus...
And I'm doing using my claws as well, so it's slashing damage.
Okay.
Ooh, 8.
8. Alrighty. This thing reels back as you claw it, and it's never been clawed before. It's been attempted to be bit. It looks a little in shock as it does this, and it kind of wrenches forward trying to attack you. That is a 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. That would be 7 points of piercing piercing damage as it kind of like grabs onto you, bites into you, and then it wraps the thing around you. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
7 points of damage, you said?
Yes. You watch as this octopi just wraps itself around, bites into.
And a strength saving throw?
Yes.
12.
12. You do not see. It's grappling you, so you cannot swim away from it. You are considered restrained or grappled, but you can still punch it. So it's basically latched onto you, and it's trying to fuck you up, and then it tries to go back at you, wiggling its way around the trident. It rolled a 3, as you just kind of push it away with the trident. And it brings it to you, Wilhelm, as you watch this octopi kind of wrap itself around a trident, trying to pull its way past you.
All right. Yank it back. Try to stab again.
Alrighty.
20, not natural.
That hits.
All right. That's with 2 hands. Plus 4. 12 damage.
12 to max damage. Nice.
Yeah.
This reels back because it's essentially like makes a noise, and it is going to use its ink cloud against you as a reaction.
Oh,
All of a sudden, the whole area around you is filled with ink.
Question: am I grappled and restrained, or just one of them?
It kind of works as both.
Okay.
Yeah, it's grapple, which makes you restrained. It's your go, Brash, as your vision just completely clouds, as you cannot see anything. You can't even see the octopi that's wrapped onto you unless it's, like, directly in your face.
Well, obviously it's got a tentacle wrapped around me, so I try to claw at its tentacle.
All right.
That's on me?
Yeah. Make it out.
Do I have 2 disadvantages?
No, it's disadvantage doesn't stack.
Okay. 22.
22, that definitely hits.
It's just with my claw, so... Ugh, 5.
5. All right. Did that. It looks a little beat up, but it's not... Oh, you can also make another arm strike, because you took the attack action.
Oh, yeah. 17.
Definitely hits.
And that's again with my claws. 6.
6. All right, 6 points of damage. This thing's looking rough, as it's like trying to hold on to you, and it's making up its mind as you realize that it is not happy with where it's currently at. Although you can't see it, as it kind of lets go of you for a second and then swims down to your leg to make a bite. It has advantage because you can't see it, because you're completely clouded in ink.
Am I still restrained?
No, you're not restrained anymore.
Okay.
It's a 16 hit, though, so I do not think that hits.
Nope.
Okay, that doesn't hit you. And you kind of just like feel it. You kind of like motion it away with your leg, and just kind of like kick it back almost, as you could kind of see it swimming around you. Same with you, Wilhelm. You kind of can sense this thing swimming around you. You could feel the water moving as the tentacles then come out of the ink, basically on your face, as it's going to attack you with advantage because you can't see it. Natural 20.
Nope. No. Oh.
Yeah, natural 20. So that's 14 points of piercing damage, as it just bites, and you could feel it claw right around your nose, and the beak bites into your nose, and it wraps around your face, and technically you're considered restrained, or as this thing, because it's basically the size of your torso, is wrapped around your face.
It's alien face hugging him.
Pretty much. Wilhelm, it's your go, as this thing is wrapped around your face.
That's unfortunate.
Now you get disadvantage.
Now it's disadvantage because you're restrained.
Yeah. That hurt. I'm going to...
That's a crit.
Yeah. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt a lot. I don't appreciate that. Alright, so I'm gonna just,
Stab it.
does that again. I'm dead.
Stab at your face.
I'm gonna stab it.
Alright.
Hope it dies.
It's armor class
21.
11. It hits.
21.
They're really easy to hit.
Okay, alright. This is only with one hand? Oh, wait, is that with disadvantage?
Yeah, that would be with disadvantage. Because you're restrained. You can't really see it. You're kind of like just basically
I rolled another
stabbing
17. I rolled another 17. That does 4 damage.
Cough. Wait, how could it possibly do 4 damage? A trident does 1d6 plus 4.
Yeah.
How do you roll?
So you'd have
less
to at
than...
least get 5.
Yeah. Min damage is 5.
I rolled a 2.
Plus 4.
Plus 4.
6. Whoa, I cannot do math. 6.
That would be
Oh,
6
boy.
points damage. Cough, would you like to do anything? Cough. Anything that paladins are really good at.
Oh, yeah, I can do that stuff.
You
I
hit.
totally forgot.
Yeah, so you do 6
Oh, yeah,
points.
can I, that's the normal one.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, Divine Smite.
yes. You expend a spell
2d8.
to do an extra 2d8. You watch as this.
Yeah.
Or do you want to describe it, or shall I?
Go ahead.
So
I just wanted
yeah.
extra
So
damage.
you watch the trident.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Cut through all of the ink around it. You see Brash stab the trident up with almost a divine sense of knowing where it is, and the searing. You hear the octopus screech through the water. What was the damage?
It was oh boy, I just said I couldn't do math today.
Trident 6, and what is your divine smite?
No, 6 damage from that. What was the divine smite?
Yeah,
Divine, yeah.
What'd you roll?
7 plus 4 is
11.
This thing looks fucked up. It's still holding on with, like, barely, because, like, you stab forward through it, and you could see the hole you make with it as your eyes are covered. That you could feel the burning as you pull the trident back out.
That's unfortunate for it.
Alrighty, Brash, it's your go. This one's still in front of you. It looks a little fucked up. You can kind of sense where it's at, but you don't know where. But that would be disadvantage. However, you already have disadvantage, so it doesn't stack.
I go for another claw strike on it.
Alrighty, fuck it up.
9 or 10.
10 just misses you. You go to swipe it with your claws, and you can feel that you were probably just by it. You kind of brush your hand against one of the tentacles. You get another attack, though.
Yes. Okay. 15.
15 definitely hits. How do you want to do this?
Was it 1 HP?
It was at 4. You have min damage 4 on your...
Oh, that is true.
The other one's at 1 HP.
I want to sink my claws around its beak and wrench it out.
And with pulling the beak, you pull the rest of the octopus, essentially. You stab your claws in and pretty much pull the beginning of the internal organs out. And just pull it out and, like, shake your hand in the water to clean it off as it falls apart. Alright, the other one is going to make a desperate attempt to fuck Timo up with... It kind of lets go of your face and then kind of swims down. You don't see it. It gets advantage as it goes to you. That's a 17 plus 5, 22 to hit.
Yep,
Okay.
That hits.
That'd be 11 points of
Oh,
piercing
God,
damage.
Timo, you're
joking.
I rolled a 6 and a 5. It's 2d6.
Oh, I'm down.
You kind of fade from conscious. It's your go. Make it that saving throw. As this thing kind of bites into you and kind of lets go of you and tries to, like, swim away into the...
11.
11.
I
Success.
can't read.
Okay.
Yeah, barely.
And Brash, it's your go. You kind of hear... And...
I swim over to it and take a two-handed swing with my quarterstaff.
Go right ahead.
20.
20. You hit it. How do you want to do this?
I want to, like, do as much force as I can into the body of this thing, like, to the point where it's probably looking like it's going to tear in half if I apply it.
With an unnatural strength, pull it through the water with, and you slam it in the middle and just push even harder, and it kind of gets pressed down into some coral on the ground in a weird way in which you press even further, and you hear that, it starts to grind against the coral as it just falls limp underneath your staff, and the ink starts to fade as this happens as you underneath the water quite a bit, and you see your Triton compatriot there just kind of floating in the water. Like, just kind of stationary.
Yeah.
Make it a saving throw.
12.
12. Success. Okay. Brash, you see this? What do you do?
Cure wounds.
You just walk over and... What does your cure wounds look like, or do you care?
It's 1d8 plus 2. Hold on.
What does it look like? 1d8 plus 2.
7.
That floats above it. You said what?
7.
7.
7? Oh my goodness.
7 HP. Okay, and you can sense, like, you hear a calling back to you, Wilhelm, of, you're not going to die in the sea yet.
Thank goodness. Oh.
And
Stupid creatures.
You can
But you
feel
almost did.
that there's nothing else moving in the water around you. All the little fish that were here have scattered away to alcoves or to whatever little crevices brought them here.
How you doing there, buddy?
A little worse for wears, but not as bad as you're looking.
Yeah.
He has a big hole on his face. That's, like, kind of closed up from the cure wounds, but he's gonna have a scar on his nose for a while.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 5 hit points.
Wait.
Paladins.
Right. Yeah,
What?
paladin.
You just
Wait,
get 5 HP.
what?
Yeah.
That's it?
I just give you 5 HP.
Yeah.
Note, I've only seen slight healing magic. I'm just kind of bewildered by this.
Yeah, do you want to describe it?
Yeah, it's when I touch you, it's like a bluish green color, and it makes you feel like you're just laying on a sunny beach. It makes you feel great.
Drinking a pina colada with a little
Yeah.
umbrella.
A little
in the
bit
shade.
relaxed.
You don't know this, but the last time I was on a warm, sunny beach, it was right after a storm.
Oh, that's funny.
You can hear in the background, if you like pina coladas, in like the back of your head as you feel the warmth rising.
Do.
I also
Totally
do
not
the
a
same
game
thing to
moment.
myself.
Okay, sounds good. Alrighty, you notice that the glow has dimmed from that original almost blinding golden light that was there.
Okay. Did I drop the jewels?
Yeah, you dropped the what were you going for? Did the disc or the
The-
jewelry? The jewelry fell to the ground, but you can easily find it.
I want to pick up the jewelry.
Yeah,
I
so
want to
it
pick up
is.
the nunny.
So the money is 20 gold, 5 silver, 4 copper.
20 gold,
The
5 silver,
jewelry
and 4
is
copper.
a golden necklace, just a flat
Cool.
gold necklace with and then the other one is a silver garnet ring.
You said 20 gold, 5 silver, and how many copper?
4.
Copper.
And then upon closer inspection, do you inspect the third of a disc?
Yes.
You notice that it is clearly a third of a disc that has been broken apart from something else. However, upon looking at it, it's made of solid gold, and where it has been broken apart, it's not broken. It looks as if a jagged blade had cut through, but at the same time melted some of the gold back. And the piece that you see shows part of the creation myth in which the third of the world was divided and the stars and the sky was given to Bahamut.
I'm going to pick it up.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it looks like a fancy broken plate to me.
It's about 2 inches thick, and if you were to have a complete circle, about this, a little bit bigger than a frisbee.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a fancy broken frisbee to me.
I lick it.
It's made of gold.
Hmm.
Little
This
salty.
is valuable. And I put it into my bag.
Oh, when you dipped your hand in the water, by the way, you healed 1 HP.
Oh. Cool.
And you feel that whatever magic was there, like kind of like went to healing a little bit of your wounds, but you can kind of look and see the glow is dimmed completely, as if that was the one little thing it had.
Oh, well, that felt great.
Hmm.
All right. So I'm just gonna put that in my bag.
Okay.
Is there anything else different about this room?
You notice that after you had grabbed the disc, the entirety of the wall had been lit up. All of the walls, the rectangle, and above this pool, a giant mosaic inscription was pictured, and it shows a dragon climbing out, and it basically goes into a bunch of depictions of what would be the destruction myth.
Right. Is there any exits?
What do you mean?
We want to get out of here.
You can feel that there's something different about the water. As you kind of stand, you get lifted up like a 6 inches in, and then you kind of like naturally float back down. And then you get lifted another 6 inches up, and you kind of naturally float back down.
So there's a current.
Yeah, it seems as if there's an upcurrent. And it
Yeah.
kind of like pulls you back towards where you came from. Kind of sets you down a little.
But otherwise, this room is
It's
closed
like a
off.
significant pull, I should mention. It's like
Okay.
like a
Towards back where we came from.
Yeah, that's not breathable water. All right, well, guess we go back.
so you
Hey, look.
Last I checked,
Yeah.
it's faster to go up than down in water. But maybe you don't know that, Fishman.
you're still able to breathe in the water, by the way, Brash. It's
What?
still completely
What's
normal.
that supposed to mean? Don't call me a fish man. Do I look like a fish to you? No, I don't look like a fish, by the way.
Cat holds his tongue.
All right, you guys revisit the way you came up, and all of the mosaics and inscriptions are completely glowing in beautiful colors, rainbow at this point. And you swim back up and you get to the original room in which you were dropped in. And you find that the water continues as you go up in each of these rooms, as if they've been filled. And to the point where you look and you see, and you get to the room where you were first dropped, and the water reaches the top of the room. Seems to continue. And there is no separation, it appears.
So, like, we could literally go out the way we came in.
You can keep swimming if you wanted. The moment you enter the
Keep
well,
swimming.
though, both of you stop being able to breathe water again. As you hurriedly swim to the top. And both of you barely make it out as you drag yourselves out, holding both yourselves, one on either side of the well, breathing in the air again. And again, for you, Wilhelm, it's a completely foreign experience.
Not fun. Not
But
do
otherwise,
that.
you guys are fine.
By the way, is that inscription still on the wall
Which one?
at the entrance?
So
the draconic
you
one?
leave the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk out, and it is still there.
So I don't know if it was me being dumb, or the sudden need for air that jogged in my memory. I guess comprehend languages.
You class comprehended languages, and it's on the top, so you have to be able to touch it to read it.
Yeah.
Could you give me a boost?
Yeah, sure.
And you barely trace your fingers along it, and you know that it says divine in Draconic /.
That's it?
Mhm.
Fuck!
But
That was
otherwise-
useless.
And you notice,
What'd it say? What'd it say?
It's a divine, that's it!
and it's fading as you guys are leaving.
Well, that's unfortunate. Divine. That's not helpful. That's not a warning. How about don't go in here? You can't breathe. That would have been more helpful.
Gods and their limericks. I don't even know what limerick means, but gods and their limericks.
You're also aware that there is a storm that is blowing.
Another one?
This one seems a little more natural, a little more tropical. And
What do you mean natural?
like the other storm felt unnatural. When you heard it, when you felt it, it felt, if a storm can, felt wrong. This storm, however, you see as there's a brief moment where you look over to Wilhelm, and he's just caught in almost a kind of smile as he sees it. You're unnaturally bound to happiness when you see the waves crashing. And you can see the rain far out, and the thunder and lightning that brings it.
Well, that looks like fun. We should go to that.
Why?
So, what do you want to do now? Why? Because it's a storm. Beautiful storm. Just wonderful.
Do I need to remind you what happened to the boat that no longer exists?
No, it just happens. Storms do that. It's beautiful. But let's go. Let's keep climbing. See if there's anything else, or go around the island or something. Let's try to get away off this island. Yeah, sounds like fun.
It's about midday, about probably close to 3-4 p.m. when you've watched the storm completely act in that area, which I pointed out, and you've watched it transition, get closer and closer and closer. And you get to the top of the mountain, or the large hill of the mountain. You're pretty decently high up. You can see the entirety of the island. You are stranded. There is nothing else here. It looks like it's palm trees.
Well, we're back to square one.
Oh, well, I mean,
But
we have jewelry and gold now.
And nothing to spend it on.
Yeah, well, at least we have it. I mean, I'd kill for some more gold, though. You wouldn't be here alive if I hadn't tried. You wouldn't have even gotten the gold if I hadn't convinced you to go down there.
Listen, buddy, you're looking for a good substitute for tuna right now, so I'd watch your mouth.
Tuna? I'm not a fish! Racist.
funny thing is, I would be like, well, yeah, he's a talking cat, but your people don't know what cats are, really.
No.
You would actually, you probably would have run into on a pirate ship at some point a cat, because they were used to keep track of vermin. So you would have realized that he is a much larger version of a cat. So yeah, you could probably call him a big talking cat, safely.
I mean, I am a big talking cat.
He's a big
Okay.
talking fish.
Well, I'm going to that store.
Actually, as you say that, as you start to storm off, you hear
Let's just
one last
storm off.
resounding thunder as the rain. You see the rain actually approach the island, and then stop at the shore, and then the clouds almost unnaturally stop raining all at once and disperse, and you can see in the distance,
Sucks.
probably about two nautical miles out, there's a ship there.
Oh, look, there's a ship.
You're
like a swim?
yes, but you're not gonna question the. You know what? That's the least
I mean, I
weirdest thing
love the
today.
storm and everything, but that storm, that ship is our way out. Do you want to raid it? Maybe they're not friendly. Yes, killing.
I just want something warm and a meal and a towel.
Oh, fine.
The sun
Be
has
that way.
almost dried you off, but your clothes are still soaking.
Let's go for a swim.
This is 2 nautical miles.
I'm there.
Okay, you are in full plate armor.
I am not.
Oh,
I'm
chainmail.
in
You're in
chainmail.
Chainmail weighs,
You're in full chainmail armor.
yeah, it weighs
It weighs enough to
75
sink you.
pounds. 75 pounds.
Yes.
99 pence.
You're more than welcome to swim this. However, it will be a series of very difficult athletics checks if you'd like.
Well, I want to get to the ship.
How about we go to
Going-
the shore and look for a boat like you mentioned earlier?
Oh, fine. I mean, we can try looking. Let's fine.
From
Let's look
above
for
there, at the top of the mountain, you saw that there was no boat.
Yeah. We literally. I mean,
Any pieces of driftwood.
If you want, you could probably makeshift a raft if that's what you guys want to do. You could cut down some trees.
I mean, I have a little bit of rope. I ain't got nothing to cut down a tree, though.
I do. I take my battle axe.
All right, I'm gonna need a strength check from you, Timo, and then let's make it a performance check for. Yeah, I'll go with Brash. Yeah, I'm gonna make you make a performance as you're trying to
Why?
basically. That's my way of you tying things together. Basically, you're reenacting how you can tie knots. It's either that or an intelligence check.
I was gonna say, wouldn't that be wisdom or survival?
Oh, actually, survival. Fuck me, I forgot that's a skill. Yeah, fuck me. Make a survival check.
16.
Okay.
When I got a 14.
14. You cut down 2 trees, cut them in half. You makeshift a raft, and it takes you probably about 2 hours to get all this together. And the ship, you can see, it's sailing closer towards the island. It's probably within a mile and a half. And you start paddling.
Yep.
You paddle your way within about 600 feet of the ship, and you hear on the ship, "Men overboard! There's people coming from that island."
Yeah, help us! We're
And
stranded.
They help you get on the ship, and the captain comes down and he goes, "We were just
Hello,
blown
sir.
off course by a sudden storm. Where are you boys from?"
Our ship
We-
got destroyed in a storm.
Yeah.
Well, the gods must see you as lucky men. We're going
Oh.
north to port. We're more than welcome to help a sailor out.
Yeah, I have
Anywhere
some,
better than this
sailing
island.
experience.
Anything to pay
Yeah.
for your rations that you'll be needing?
Oh, I can
I
just
have-
get fish for myself. It's okay. I'm good.
I've had enough water for today, so I hand over 5 gold.
That's plenty. And you are essentially given really shit quarters, but it's better than anything, and they kind of get the ship back on track. And in your dreams, both of you get visions of this red cherry tree and this blue stained glass, echoing visions that beckon you towards it, pull you towards it. If you were
Where
looking at a
is it?
picture, it just kind of keeps pulling you forward into it.
I don't know what that is, but I want a painting of it.
I want to know where it is.
Both of you make history checks.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, yay! That's gonna be nothing.
13.
Nat 1 -1 for you.
8. Wait. Yeah, 8.
You're not a big fan of inland things. However, you, Brash, have heard of this in tales of many other bards you've seen play in taverns and other people. This is the Somerset Inn within the mountain pass of the north. It is a very popular inn that is known for its blue stained glass, and the town, it's a very small town. They basically are known for throwing pretty wild parties. That's where you know it from. That's where you hear it from. But you know it's the Somerset Inn in the Mountains Pass, just southwest of the Frostvale.
Well, sounds like Game of Thrones, but all right.
So I'm assuming you share this information. So you have the name of it.
I mean, I'm asleep.
Oh no, I'm assuming the next morning, like it comes to you of what this is.
I mean, it's a dream, so I just assume it's a dream, but I know it, like, I'm dreaming of a place that I've never visited, but I know where it is and what it is.
Okay.
But it's
That's
still just a
weird.
dream to me, not like anything super special.
Over the next 6 days that it takes to get back to port, you guys feel dread on the sea. It's something you've never felt before, Wilhelm, and it's almost unnerving how you look at the sea and you don't want to be sailing. You almost begging for land, and there's a part of you that looks towards like the sea and asking, and in the waves, in between the laps on the water, you hear a whisper. Go. Go. You will come back to me. I promise.
Mm. Yes. I will.
In your dreams, Brash, you see visions of the roads and the maps. It's a very surreal experience, almost as if you were on Google Maps clicking along the way. Like, like when you zoom.
Yeah, and you just go down the path.
Yeah, you see the path towards this place, the Somerset Inn, and you can feel the unnerving sense of familiarness to whatever is surrounding you. It's as if someone has their hands behind, like, coddling you from behind around your neck, holding your head up, pointing the way. And you almost see, when you look down, bright, glowing hands. And you hear a whisper, "My child, trust." And you wake up from like a nap you were taking on the side of the ship, or like like in the rigging.
Yeah, that'd be someplace I'd take a nap.
And so, do you boys listen to these visions?
I don't know where it is.
Do you talk
But,
about it? Because both
yeah,
of you, like, pretty much any time you close your eyes, can see this.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
I'd mention it.
Hey man, I've been having these weird dreams. It's like the same thing over and over again. It's like this
You
red
too?
tree. What do you
Whoa,
mean?
whoa, red blue stained glass?
Yeah. It's weird. That's all I see. I know nothing about it.
Somerset
It's
Inn.
just what?
It's the Somerset Inn.
I
I've
don't know what
never
that
been
is.
there, but it's a real place.
Wait. You're dreaming the same. Okay, hold up. I know I'm not the smartest guy around here, but you're dreaming the same thing I'm dreaming. That's weird, bro.
Apparently.
Oh no.
No homo, but
I mean, if you want it to be, I don't know. Oh, that. But that's beside the point. So Somerset Inn. Well, sounds like a fun adventure. You want to check it out?
I guess so.
And you know that it's about 3 days travel from where you are currently, as it's 1 day left from port. And then 2 days in from the northern port that you go in to see it in Cyprus. And you both make your way there. And you arrive to see a blue stained glass inn. However, when you arrive, the red cherry tree does not seem as bright in the visions you were having, and there's a little bit of coldness and wrongness around. And that is where we will pick it up next Tuesday.